If you get 1% better every day, if you have the discipline to get 1% better every day, in 70 days, you're twice as good. It's like compounding interest, where your abilities increase exponentially and you see much better results, not only in your own performance, but in the performance of your employees and your team as a whole. When I was doing the Fallen Hero Honor Ride in the fall of 2022, is a 1,700-mile bicycle ride to visit the graves of the 6 paratroopers from our unit who were killed in action in Afghanistan and raise funds to support the 800 surviving members who need help. And I trained about 10,000 miles, thanks to my cycling coach, for this endeavor. And as I was going through the first about 600 miles, my bottom was hurting pretty bad. And I didn't know what was going on. I talked to my cycling coach and I said, Chuck, my bottom's really hurting. I am like sitting on bags of ice every night. I am taking Motrin and Tylenol like it's candy. I don't know whether I should wear 2 sets of biking shorts to increase the padding or what. And he says, okay, don't do any of that. Just describe for me how you're feeling. And so I described it to him and he said, look, angle your seat forward like this, 1 millimeter, and tell me how it feels. I'm like, Chuck, this really hurts. How can just 1 millimeter change make any difference? He said, just do it. Just make that 1 millimeter change and tell me how it feels. And so yeah, I trust my coach and I changed the angle of the bicycle seat by 1 millimeter and it felt like a dream. I mean, it's like, this is how it's supposed to feel. I never had butt pain for the next 1,100 miles ever again. And it just goes to show you that when you make small changes to important matters, they have a huge impact. We tend to think of a 1 millimeter change is going to have a 1 millimeter result. But when you make small changes to really important matters, the effect is substantial. And when you do that day in and day in and day, then you're going to get this exponential increase in performance. By contrast, if you have massive interventions on symptoms, it's not going to make much of an impact. Or if you do 1 millimeter changes to things that really don't matter. I mean, I could have done a 1 millimeter change to my shoes. I could have done a 1 millimeter change to the way I was holding the handlebars, but none of that would have mattered. It was the 1 millimeter change to something vital, in this case, the angle of the seat, that was the crucial difference. And the philosophy of this program and all of my programs is that these 1 millimeter behavioral and action step changes are going to have extraordinary impact for you as a leader and for your organizations.